cover a very basic movement, the row, okay, but I'm going to cover some efficiency tips and stuff we can do in workouts to help us get through the row a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficiency, so we've got more in the tank for other elements in our workouts. One would be the setting on the rower. Generally the setting on the rower is on setting 6, okay. This would pretty much be where it's going to be in competitions. This is how we run it in our box, and every other box I've ever been in, that's how we do it, okay. When we set up our feet in the straps, we want to make sure, just set your feet up, Chris. This is very basic, but something that does go wrong with a lot of people, okay. It can get, if we've got a big row to it can get very uncomfortable. But Chris has set this up so the strap naturally sits where his foot bends, okay, and his feet are on the pad. What we don't want to do, and what a lot of people do, is come too high in that set-up position. Just put your foot back in first. And now that strap is sitting on the top of the foot. Now that is going to get very uncomfortable very quickly, okay. So if you're new to rowing, and I see it a lot with new members here, is they set themselves up in the row as wrong, and this is one of the big reasons for it. Okay, jump out again. So Chris has set himself up. One, the straps are nice and tight. I've actually seen the instructor fall clean off a rower before in front of people demonstrating, because he didn't put his feet in, so make sure we do that. When Chris goes through his row, okay, there's a few things we need to make sure that happen. Just grab hands, Chris. So, whenever we do this, we need to make sure we row as if the same way, or applying the same principles as we would a lift. So what we don't want to do is be soft in our legs and pull through our back a lot, okay? Just demonstrate that for us, Chris. Okay, cool. So this is a lot of pressure on the back, and we notice we can't really hear the fan doing much here. It's a very soft pull. If Mike comes round and just has a look at the splits for us, we'll notice that the split is very high, 247. Okay, it's quite a high split. So things we can do to correct Chris's technique are, one, in his setup. When he sets up, I want to bring Chris closer down. Okay, his back's nice and straight now. He's going to reach forward slightly so that handle is close to this point here. And from this point here, he's going to drive with full leg and hip extension, aggressively and using all the power he can in his legs. So just go to the full leg extension for us. To this point here. Now already we can hear that fan's doing more work now because this is much more powerful. Okay. Then once he's here, he's going to come to full knee and hip extension on his leg, and he's going to snap the elbows aggressively back to this position here, pulling through these lats and shoulders. When he comes back down again, the arms fully extend, okay, we don't want to be finishing in a broke position here. You want to fully extend, get the tension out of the arms straight away. He then breaks at the knee and brings himself nice and close back to his start position. Now I'm going to ask Mike to come round and just have a look at the screen for us again, and I want you to notice the difference in the splits, okay? Chris is going to start doing soft pulls. Poor pulls, just pulling through the back with lack of leg drive. Then after 3 pulls, Chris is going to up the pace, and he's going to up it while pulling effectively through good effective leg drive, keeping the back straight and giving good and snapping those elbows back, okay? So let's go through it, Chris. So let's have a look at these 4 pulls for now, and we notice the split isn't that great. We've got down to 2 minutes, but it's not very effective. Now engage everything, Chris. Now we notice the fan's up to pace, and now, by engaging everything, we've got down to a 130 split, and relax. We've got down to a 130 split quite comfortably, okay? Now Chris is a fit bloke who can maintain that for quite a long time, but even if you're not maintaining a split as low as 130, you can still apply these principles and get a much lower split. Now, if Chris is doing this in a workout, what he's going to do is finish at the top of his pull and pause for a second. This is where he's going to get his breath. He's going to keep the rope under tension the whole time, so just demonstrate the rope being slack. So what we don't want to see, just don't want to make the rope bounce. Okay, so you know when people do this? Yeah, do that for me, just do a bad thing. So pull around the knees and the rope is slack, okay? When Chris does this, what we want to see is he's going to finish his pull, come to the top of his pull, the arms come back to full extension and the rope stays under tension the whole time. While the rope's under tension, the chain's under tension, he's now in a good position to effectively initially engage with his next pull. And notice he pulls aggressively back, pulls it for a second, gets his breather at the top, and he's very aggressive in his pulls to the back.